Hello everybody, welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. If you're new to the video, please subscribe. Today we're going to be looking at a 3-day forecast, and we're also going to be talking about Invest 9DE, which could make landfall in Hawaii as maybe a category 2 or 3 hurricane. So we have a lot to talk about and we have to get right into the video. First, we'll start at the National Weather Service as we always do. We have some flood advisories and flood watches over here. We have some fire danger in the northwest, and then we also have some heat advisories for California. Now if we go to the models for temperatures, because we could see some heating up by Monday. So if we just move on, we see in the southwest, as normal, we have temperatures around 110, 115, and for much of the U.S. we're above the 80 mark, but for the northeast we're around 70 to 75 degrees, so it's nice and cold and breezy after a really warm heat wave that hit the area. That was miserable. We go into the overnight hours, we cool off, and then we get right back into things, and we have temperatures around 90 degrees for much of the East Coast, and also for parts of Texas, Louisiana, New Mexico, as well as California, Nevada, Arizona. And if we just keep on moving a little bit more, we see we do get into the 50s in some parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota for overnight lows, but for the most part we're in the 70s. And you see, it's just a rinse and repeat pattern basically for the rest of the week. If we go on to the heat index, though, we do see some temperatures over 100 degrees in some spots. Heat indexes won't be that bad, as we won't be seeing too many winds coming out of the south, which is usually the reason why we have really warm heat indexes. So you see, we just have temperatures for heat indexes around 100 degrees, and when we have that little heat up, we could reach 95 degrees across the East Coast. Now onto temperature anomalies. This is the departure from average. So basically this is just going to show you if you're going to have a cooler week than average or a warmer week than average. In the oranges and reds you have warm, and then in the blues and greens and purples you have colder. So find your spot on the map, and you can see for much of the southeast we have colder temperatures by 1 to 4 to 5 degrees, and then for California we have 10 degrees above average, very warm. And for some parts of the northeast we're a couple degrees above average. You won't notice it, but it won't be too hot, but it won't be cold as well. And then you see that heat wave, or mini heat wave I'm going to call it, where we see temperatures 6 to 10 degrees above average for the East Coast, and we kind of see because we're gonna have this system move through the northern plains, and you see this area of -10. That's because of this low pressure system right over here that's gonna be moving up into Canada and retreating, but it will have some very heavy rain for those parts of the country. We keep on moving. We're above average for the East Coast. We're below average for the northern plains. We're above average for the Southwest. And yeah, that passes our 3-day time frame. So let's move on to the rain. And here's this system I'm talking about. We have this really just powerful storm that's going to be moving through Minnesota and Wisconsin, which could have very heavy rainfall and high winds. We also have some showers for the northeast and Florida, parts of Louisiana and Texas. That is for Monday. We keep on going. The low pressure moves out, and we have this little frontal boundary moving through the area, which is going to keep on moving this way and eventually hit the East Coast. So if we keep on moving, it kind of simmers down and then regains its energy, and by Thursday, the first day of August, we're talking about some drizzling in the northeast, but we'll just pause it for there. We're gonna move onto the total precipitation. So this is for the full 3 days. So by Tuesday, we're gonna have temperatures that will be, I mean not temperatures, precipitation amounts that'll be above 2 inches for parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin from that storm. And for the Northeast, it looks like we're maybe at most gonna get a tenth of an inch of rain, if even that. Most areas are completely dry, like for the West Coast, and also for this little pocket of the East Coast. But even if you are getting rain, except for Minnesota and Wisconsin, you're primarily going to be under a fifth, uh, um, half an inch of rain. So you won't really have to worry about anything too major this week, except for this hurricane that's going to be in the eastern Pacific, moving directly towards Hawaii. So let's explain this a little bit. So we have 90, yeah, this is 99E right over here, and that's what this batch of storms are. And then we have 90E right over here, which is going to be the stronger of the two storms. I think it's going to move 99E. 90E is basically going to take all the energy from 99E, transfer it into 90E so that it can gain more energy and become a stronger storm. So now 99E is going to simmer out and 90E is going to push straight towards Hawaii. Of course, we don't know if it's going to go straight towards Hawaii. It could end up going up north. It could go down south. It could maybe do something like that. But we do have a high pressure over here. So 90E can't go like right here. It'll have to, the high pressure is moving it towards Hawaii. So that's the real issue. Otherwise, we wouldn't really be talking about the storm because it wouldn't be going towards Hawaii. Because as we keep on moving on, you see that storm develop. You see how 99E loses its energy and 90E keeps on gaining its energy because it's taking the energy from that storm and just transferring it into that storm. If we go to the HRWF model, which is tracking this hurricane, we see how this hurricane gets all the way down to 900. I believe it was 945 is the lowest I saw, and this goes until the 1st of August. This did not hit Hawaii yet on Monday, on Thursday, August 1st, but it will in the near future. So at 945 millibars, that means that it used up all its energy, and and all this energy is being transferred into rain and wind and all that. And you can really see this, how it's just all that circulation. You see the circulation in this storm. It's very, very strong. So we will have to watch out for that over the next couple of days. But for now, that was me, and I hope you guys stay safe. Goodbye.